What's up? J Street Moto here, and welcome to the channel. Today is going to be a walk around of Juan's bike, a 2020 Street Glide Special in vivid black named Lola. That's what we're going to be doing today, and it's per request of one of you. So comment and ask what you want to see. Later. What's up? J Street Moto here, and Darla's got her friend with her today. This is Lola, Juan's 2020 Street Glide Special, and I thought we'd do a walk around with him and find out what's on his bike, just like was requested by some of the guys that watched our cross-country trip. So Juan's here. Say hey, Juan.
Hey.
There you go. All right, where do you want to start?
Well, this is Lola. She's a showgirl.
Yeah.
Okay. And like me, she's got a little Cuban in her.
There you go.
So that's where the name comes from.
There you go.
We started up front. One of the first things I did was do an LED upgrade on my lights.
Okay, you went with Paradise lights just like I did.
Just like you. And if you remember, it was the ride from Durham home where you had your upgraded lights and I had my stock lights, and we could barely see anything with mine. So that's the first thing I did. Second, after the lights, and I'll show you the rear. But I actually took the windshield here from a 4 to a 7-inch, and that was because with the 4-inch stock, it was really kind of hitting me in my chin, kind of my mouth. And so I went ahead and went to a Harley dealer and put a couple of different samples on to try to see which one worked the best. And for my height and for what I needed, I went ahead and I went with the 7-inch instead of the 10.
Cool.
Okay. Then as you keep walking around, upgraded my grips.
They did not go heated, right?
They did not go heated. Down in the south, we don't need heated grips.
Okay.
If I lived up north, that'd be a different situation. But what I will say is, it does massage the hand, these rough grips, and a hell of a lot more comfortable than the stock grips. I put the highway pegs on. It's a little funny story about this. So I am 5'9", and the guy at the dealership said, I think you need the extended pegs. So I went ahead and got the extended pegs.
Now what you're talking about is this here.
Yes.
This adjustable arm. They sell it in 2 different sizes.
Yep.
And Juan got the longer one, and that.
Thinking with my short legs that's what I needed, but as it turned out, I ended up having to go back and buy the shorter ones. And I'm very happy with them. I just happen to have a set of long ones that I'll be selling. And then as you come down the bike, the biggest upgrade for me has been the seat. Now this is a Danny Gray Greyhawk seat. Airhawk, excuse me. And what it does is it's got, if you remember the Reeboks back in the day, that had the little pump. It's got a little pump on the side of it, and you pump it and it adds air to the seat. And what it does is, as especially your long distance riding, it will take pressure off of certain places on your butt, your legs,
yep,
and place it in other areas, which makes it a hell of a lot more comfortable. And then it's got a quick release if you need to let the air out. Now an added feature here is the backrest. I actually am on permanent loan from David with this one. So he bought it for his. We happen to have the same seat. He didn't particularly care for this. We're sitting in his garage and he's like, it's yours. So I'm like, well, if you ever want it back, it's yours. But I am enjoying the backrest here. If you come around to the back, I went ahead and, because of our trip down in Key West where some jackass broke my antenna, I ended up having to replace the stock antenna, which was about yay tall, and I went ahead with the shorter one, and it's actually working really, really well. Wasn't working well at first. What I would say is if you're going to change these out, the most important thing is to make sure you have proper contact with that nut. Yep. My brake lights, those are also LED upgrades as part of the package from Paradise Lights. They are down in Florida, veteran owned, and I
Well,
would
actually,
definitely recommend them.
A correction on that, because I screwed that up on my video too. Paradise Light's relocated. They are now in North Carolina. They're about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us in the mountains.
There we go.
And so when you need to, at least if you're in North Carolina, if you order from this company, if you need to use the warranty, you get your parts pretty damn quick because they're very close to you. Keep going. Sorry, I wanted to make that correction.
A little small upgrade here. Quick release on the seat.
Yep.
You know, when it comes, when the stock seat comes in, it's got a Phillips head, and I can tell you, after having to take this off many times with a long screwdriver, it's really nice to have that quick release. On the bags,
Do you get your mufflers?
oh, you know what? I missed the mufflers. There we go. This was one of my first upgrades too. So these are the Cobra neighbor haters. They give me definitely enough noise so people know I'm around on the highway coming into the neighborhood. They're called neighbor haters for a reason. I always try to roll into the neighborhood in third and, you know, let it just glide through so I don't disturb too many people. But some good deep throated sound. When I did my stereo upgrade, which I'll show you in a little bit, it came with 2 bag speakers. So this is a Rockford Fosgate Stage 3 upgrade. So they cut out the bags, put in the 2 speakers here, and then up front I've got the Rockford Fosgates upgrade here on the bat wing.
Still the stock head though. So the stock radio head.
Stock radio head, yes, but the amplifier is Rockford Fosgate also. And then I've got the same underlights as Jim has, which
the Ditrio kit.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't make it anymore, but it has definitely worked out well.
I was able to find it. I was able to find it on Amazon. I searched there and was able to get it.
Well, then maybe it was a COVID thing where it wasn't
could have
available
been,
for a while.
It could have been just wasn't available.
And I think that's it, because we got the lights. Well, the turn signals were also the upgrade from Paradise Lights. So I think that's everything I've upgraded so far.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing we've done extra to the bike is you did roll your handlebars forward.
I did roll them
forward. Talk about that a little bit.
So with stock bars, okay, they have a tendency to be rolled back, and it's, you know, the reason they're low is to help you with your handling. I unfortunately am not comfortable with doing the apes, a little bit too high for me. So we rolled the handlebars forward, which has solved my problem.
What problem were you having?
So my problem was with the handlebars being low, it was hurting my wrists because I couldn't straighten out my forearm and wrist. And on long rides, I would have a lot of wrist pain and fatigue. So we rolled the bars up, and that has helped out quite a bit. Now, what I will say is this. There is a point where I will probably upgrade my bars to a 10-inch. I won't go all the way to the 12, but I believe I will end up upgrading those to a 10. That's kind of a, you know, when the money tree starts growing.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, I really don't have a lot. I mean, I'd like to upgrade the motor. This is a stock 114. So this was, they started making the 114s 2020.
Well, actually, they had them earlier than that, but they started coming stock on the Street Glide specials in 2020.
So I'm very, very happy with the 114, but I will tell you, after riding with David, and he's upgraded to a stage 4 on his, you know, we basically have the same motorcycle, different colors, some different upgrades, but same motorcycle, but he went to a stage 4, and I can tell you,
we have motor envy.
We have motor envy.
We definitely, both of us have motor envy.
And here's the cool thing. When we went to Sturgis, David and I rode next to each other, and we tried to beat each other, and we both literally could not pass each other because we had the exact same stock engine. When we went to California, David had upgraded to a stage 4, and absolutely blew me away with the same motorcycle.
He gave us about a football and a half field's length head start. We were already pushing numbers we shouldn't have been pushing, and he not only walked us down, he walked us down like we were going backwards. Yeah, it just blew past us. So
it just goes to show, you know, the stock engine is a really, really good, you know, the 114 is a great engine, but when you go and you upgrade it to stage 3, stage 4, you can get so much more torque and compression and speed.
Yeah. Talk about your phone mount and what failed on the trip.
Sure.
That's a good one.
So I have a phone mount here. This is from Clockworks, okay? Yep. And I really like the mount. I'll show you on the back of it here. So it's a disc that goes on the back of my phone case. Now, if you're ever going to go down this route, it's an eye mount from Clockworks. You need to make sure you have a smooth case. You don't want one that has a lot of ridges or bevels, so that it will really stand up. But the other thing was, when we went to California, I was the first one to lose my phone.
Yeah, he was.
And so if you can come back here and take a look at this. So it's a magnet mount. The magnet is really, really strong. But if you look, my disc isn't completely seated into the magnet. So while it's here and it's not moving, I hit a really, really big bump at about 80 miles an hour, and it popped off because it wasn't completely seated. So if you do buy this one, the key is to make sure that the disc is in the middle. You move it, now it's really locked. Haven't had a problem with it since.
All right, good. Good. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Well, you know, just got 2 brand new tires put on it. I got, this will be crazy for people that ride, but I got 21,400 miles out of my front and rear tires on this bike.
You hadn't replaced the rear.
I hadn't replaced the rear.
But your rear was looking rough.
It was looking rough.
It was looking really rough. It was looking
and it was a matter of,
it was looking like a slick.
Yeah, it was a matter of we needed to upgrade the back tire, but people were out of stock.
Yeah.
But when I took it in and had them changed out, you know, they were really surprised at how long they had lasted for me. It's all about air pressure, right?
Exactly.
If you maintain air pressure in the cold, in the heat, and you're paying attention to it, it really does keep your tires longer. I also don't do crazy shit like burnouts and things like that. So got a lot of life out of my tires.
So what is the next upgrade?
My next upgrade
is the next thing you're going to do
is probably going to be an engine upgrade, probably going to stage 2. I don't
air cleaner and new exhaust,
yeah,
and a tuner.
I you know what, it's going to be a slow roll. You know, it's a pretty sizable investment to go all the way to 4.
Yeah.
And you know, but I'll probably go to stage 2. Will be my next upgrade.
Now, one of the big differences that Harley changed between 18 and 20 is they eliminated the heel shifter. All the 18 touring models came stock with a toe and heel shifter. They eliminated the heel shifter in 2020. I think was the first year they got rid of that. And I gotta tell you, I think that was a mistake on Harley's part, because I really enjoy having a heel shifter. I like being able to just constantly go down, whether I'm going up in gear or down in gear. The other thing, I mentioned it in the walk around for Darla, this linkage that goes from where your shifter's at back to your transmission, this is the stock one, and you can see here what I was talking about with that rubber grommet. These start to fail over time, and the one that I put on my bike is, all of this is metal. The entire thing is metal, including the bushing that holds the thing in place. So just for future reference, I know I mentioned it in mine. I'll mention it again here. Ryan Urlacher did a video a couple of years ago, law-abiding biker, where that actually failed on a long-distance trip. Can you imagine being in the middle of nowhere and having to reach down by hand anywhere in this hot motor and shift your motorcycle by hand until you get someplace where you can jerry-rig something up? That's basically what happened to him. So, yeah, that was it. Nothing else?
That's it.
All right, guys. Thanks for walking around Lola with us, and we'll get David's at some point, always. I hope you enjoyed the walk around of Juan's bike, Lola, and you know, we'll get David's Angry Black Betty on here at some point, I promise you. Always ride safe.
You think you've got my number figured out?